Hey Nash, what should we cook for dinner?
Well, Tim, after a long day of working hard doing all of that producer type stuff, I think chicken crescents sound good.
Let's make chicken crescents. So we're making crescent rolls. If you've never had a crescent roll, well, if you've never had a crescent roll this way, then you're in for a treat. Now, these have a lot of nostalgia for me. I remember my mom making these a lot. Apparently my grandma made them as well, back from when I was a child. I was just talking to one of my best friends back in Nashville, and I mentioned crescent rolls. He's like, oh, those are so delicious. So it's a really simple recipe. It's great for appetizers. If you're having people over, if you're making food for the big game or any game, to be honest, or a fight or whatever. If you're having people over and you want some kind of finger foods, it's perfect. You can also use it as a meal. And the cool thing is, it's delicious as is, but the recipe as we're gonna make it today, which is kind of the OG, lends itself to being a base recipe, meaning you can tweak it, add a bunch of stuff, and make, I don't know, a bunch of different flavors of a similar thing with very little extra effort. So I'll get into that. I'll give you a few examples, then we'll do another video where we make 3 or 4 of whatever kind of what I think might be the most popular, or whatever we see in the comments. So with that, let's get into it. First things first, you want to preheat your oven to 350 because this is not going to take very long. First thing we got is about 1.5 cups or 12 ounces of shredded chicken. Now you have a lot of options here. The easiest and the most budget friendly, especially if you're making food for a bunch of people, is going to be canned chicken. There's nothing wrong with canned chicken. Knock yourself out. That is the ingredients for the original recipe. You could also get a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store. You could make your own rotisserie chicken, or you could slow cook some chicken breasts or thighs, either in a crock pot or Instapot or on the stove, until they're kind of that you got to do the low and slow so you get that nice shred. So this is 12 ounces of shredded chicken. To this, we are going to add 8 ounces or 1 block of cream cheese. Make sure your cream cheese is softened. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and mix this up. Now that our chicken and our cream cheese is incorporated, we are going to add about a teaspoon of each of the following: salt, pepper, garlic, Italian seasoning, smoked paprika, a chicken or a chicken tomato bouillon powder, and red chili flakes. And now we mix. All right, now keep in mind, before I just added all that seasoning, we had our base mixture. It's literally just shredded chicken and cream cheese, softened cream cheese. So once you have that, you can go the OG, which is kind of what I just did, or you could just, whatever seasoning you prefer, you could add or leave out any of those. And that's where you can go in so many different directions. I've made Marry Me chicken sauce and added that to the mixture, and that was delicious. You could do like a chicken bacon ranch, just cook up some bacon, chop it up real fine, throw that in there with some ranch powder or even just some ranch dressing, and you got your chicken bacon ranch. You wanna make a little buffalo sauce, do some Frank's Red Hot, some butter, throw that in there, and you can even add some ranch powder, same thing. You got your buffalo chicken crescents. You could even get rid of the chicken and you could do think about Hot Pockets. Like you could do a ham and cheese. You could do a chicken cordon bleu. So anyways, literally you do you. So many different ways. And by the way, I just mix this by hand. I think it's easy enough to do it that way, but you could use a food processor or your KitchenAid, but I don't know, for me, it's easy enough by hand, and no need to get a bunch of equipment out. Yada, yada, yada. Anyways, so like I said, this is the OG. We'll do another video with a few, but like I said, use your imagination. You can do whatever you want. You do you, boo. So from here, we're just about there. Now this is all extra. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra cheese. Now keep in mind, the cheese I'm about to add, if you buy pre-shredded cheese, it's got an anti-caking agent in it. So that keeps from clumping. But what it also means is the cheese isn't gonna melt as well. So that being said, always try to shred your own cheese from the block, but all I got today is pre-shred, so that's what we're using. It's not the end of the world. Now, if you want to be really particular about it, you can actually take pre-shredded cheese, you can soak it in water, and that'll actually kind of mix it up, kind of the way that you would sort of stir up your rice if you're rinsing out rice and trying to get the water to run clear. Same kind of thing, and you can get all that anti-caking agent off. However, I think just buy the block and shred it, or just go with it. So, to this mixture, I'm gonna add a little cheddar Monterey Jack mix, a little mozzarella, and a little Parmesan. We're gonna mix that up. And now we're literally ready to make our crescents. So we're gonna roll these up, and we're gonna put them on a baking sheet with parchment. I use a little rack to raise everything up a little bit, just so that you get some heat flow underneath, and that way we kind of crisp with the bottom and the top, and not just the top and have a soggy bottom. So this is what we're using. Pillsbury crescents. I don't know if you can see that. These are just made to be rolled up into these cute little crescent rolls. They're delicious, they're buttery. Everything's great. So this recipe, we just make it better. Yeah. So this is always fun. You just take this, just like all the Pillsbury little tube things, peel that, and you just take this and whack it. And then you get that. So this is what we got. So then we unroll this. And you can see we have 4 rectangles, and each rectangle is made up of 2 triangles. So you can do this a lot of different ways. Some people do kind of a hot pocket thing. So they take a rectangle, fill it, put another rectangle on top. Or you could take one rectangle, fold it in half. We're gonna use the little triangles because I think it's prettier. So peel yourself off a triangle. Try not to do what I just did. So we want this triangle is kind of a right angle triangle. We want to kind of just move it so that, just kind of stretch it out a little bit. We basically want the point to kind of be in the center. It's kind of what we're looking for, but it doesn't really matter. This doesn't have to be perfect. We take a scoop of our filling, place it in there, smush it together, and we roll. Roll that up to the point, and then take this, kind of tuck the little corners in, and we put it on our sheet. Then we take the rest of our triangles and we do the same thing. Keep in mind, these don't have to look perfect. These are more for taste than looks, although they do look kind of cute. I like them. Okay, once we're all done rolling everything up, we're going to take this little egg wash. It's 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of cream, and just kind of brush a nice little coat on each of these guys. And this is just going to help us get a nice crispy golden brown crust. And now we're ready to throw it in the oven. Hopefully your oven's already preheated to 350. Get these guys in. We're looking for 20 to 25 minutes, or until they're just starting to get golden brown. So once it's done, we're gonna go ahead and take these guys out. Oh, see how pretty they look? Yeah. All right. All right, at this point, what we're gonna do is brush these with some melted butter. So, in case you're wondering, a little fun fact, egg wash and butter, you can brush things with both. They're kind of interchangeable, but basically egg wash is going to be better for this sort of golden browning, whereas butter is better for flavor. So that's why we did the egg wash first, and then we're going to do just a little bit of butter, and I'm using a kind of an herb compound butter I made. Just regular melted butter would be, honestly, regular melted butter would be the same. Honestly, regular melted butter would do just fine. Or you could literally just brush on some melted butter and sprinkle on a little bit of Italian seasoning, and you'd kind of get the same effect in this particular application as using this compound butter. Once our little guys are all brushed with our compound butter, we're gonna throw them back in the oven for another about 5 minutes. Once your 5 minutes are up, and it could be 10, it just depends on your oven. Every oven's calibrated a little bit differently. So, when you go ahead and pull these guys out, you can see they look amazing. And then we're gonna let them cool for a few minutes, 5, 10 minutes. That's all you really need. So, once you take them out of the oven, let them cool. This is what we got. Nice golden brown. Plus that infusion of that butter flavor, the herb butter flavor in this case. So normally we wouldn't do this. Normally you just serve them as is. Pack them up, take them to your friend's house. Get them all ready. Wait for your friends to come over to your house. Whatever. But for the sake of this video and the taste test and you know, the thumbnail, let's go ahead and cut this guy open. See what it looks like. So this is what we got. So that's our chicken crescents. All right, time for a bite. So I'm gonna take the one I already cut in half. Chicken crescent. Let's give it a bite. I mean, it's chicken, cheese, spices, and delicious crescento. What's not to love? It's so good, and I swear, it's so easy. So, go make it. Let's see if Nash likes it. Nash, come here. This is what you asked for. Let's see what you think. Here you go. Yup. Stealing it and running away. Just like he likes to do. And before I could even catch up to him, it was gone. Boom. So, yeah, like I said, cook this, try it, give it a shot. Cook it for you, cook it for your friends, cook it for your family, cook it for everyone. Who cares? Try out new things. We'll do another video soon where I do like 3 or 4 of different variations of this, but honestly, even the OG version is delicious. Cook better, eat better, live better. That's all we got for today. Till next time. Peace.